We got a ton of great soccer coverage coming to all of you today with the Champions League. Zlatan Ibrahimovic going back to Manchester United. Spoiler alert. Francis Maxwell is going to be covering all of that. So I want to get through this not only as quickly as I can because we also have Kylian Mbappe, more stuff on Isaiah Thomas today, the whole 9 yards. So let's get into this. We know that Barcelona sold Neymar for a record fee. The transfer was like $220 million, and yet we all saw what happened in the Spanish Super Cup and just how incredibly lost this team looked. Not necessarily without Neymar, that's part of it, also with injuries and what have you. So what did Barcelona do? They contacted Liverpool and they tried to get Brazilian wonder kid Felipe Coutinho. And even though I am a Liverpool fan, as I've stated many times on this very medium, everyone has a price, even though Jurgen Klopp said previously that Liverpool are not a selling club. So they haven't agreed to a fee with Coutinho, I believe, yet. I do believe that he will be sold, just not at this time. And then they looked at Ousmane Dembele. Love saying the name, love watching him play. And for Borussia Dortmund last year, he was phenomenal. Now, what exactly happened in the build-up to what occurred today? Dembele, knowing that Barcelona were interested in his services at just 20 years old, he decides, I'm going to sit out indefinitely. I'm not going to go to training. You guys can try to find me. It's like peekaboo. Try to find me, catch me if you can. It seems like they couldn't. He returned to training, yet he was suspended indefinitely. And then this tweet right here sent shockwaves throughout the entire soccer community. Ousmane Dembele to Barcelona is a done deal at 120 million euros, according to beIN Sports AR. Now, if you were thinking, it's a little fishy, hang on a second, we also had this shockwave. Sky Sports and Sky Sources. Barcelona reach agreement in principle to sign BVB's Ousmane Dembele during talks in Monaco. Deal worth up to 110 million pounds. And here is an interesting quote. And it brings a bit of a perspective that there could be harsh feelings with Borussia Dortmund because they saw something in this kid, Ousmane Dembele. It's not going to change. And also just his perspective that he's sharing, either harsh feelings or there's truth to it. And here's what he said. Borussia Dortmund CEO, it is not that Ous is making fun of us. He simply declines to do his job. That is a new quality. And we should also talk about the role of glorious FC Barcelona in this matter. On Wednesday, August 9th, we met with Barcelona's officials. Our positions were very far away from each other. Then on Thursday, he did not show up at the training. The timing of these events is very curious. You don't believe a 20-year-old will refuse to go to training without his possible new club liking that? I think they're going to be fine. Maybe it's just my estimation. Borussia Dortmund were holding out for about 140 million. I believe they're going to reach anywhere from, as I just stated, and also just thinking about this abstractly, at least 105, if not 125, and then maybe there will be add-ons. Here are the other tweets, then I'm going to wrap up here. Grant Wall had a really, really interesting perspective. Still amazed that Dortmund's sporting director, Michael Zorc, got Ousmane Dembele for just 15 million euros a year ago, now about to sell him for 120 million euros. An incredible ROI, return on investment, when he was in the fourth tier of French football, came up through the youth academies, proves himself at Rennes, proves himself in 1 year at Borussia Dortmund. They bought him for 15 and they're selling him for about 120. An incredible ROI. Another tweet. Reminder, Dembele was in Rennes' youth system for 5 years. They're about to be drowning in money. The U.S. system is terrible. Let's leave the U.S. out of this. How good is he? Well, Swaka had this to say. 31. Only Neymar, with 50, has completed more dribbles than Ousmane Dembele in Champions League last season. 31. Successor? FC Barcelona. And here's the last one that I think is really good. Dembele for Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. Most take-ons? 103. Most chances created? 63. Most assists? 12. Already a star. If not a star, he is certainly shining bright in the process of becoming a star, depending on your perspective. And lastly, and why I think this is a good move. You saw the take-ons, take-ons complete, yada yada. He could play on the left, he could play on his right, he could score with his left, he could score with his right, he can assist all over, he can play off of Lionel Messi. It seems like he's a perfect fit to not necessarily fill the shoes of Neymar, but if Neymar's shoe size is a 16, Dembele is a 13, if not 12 and a half. He could do many of the things that Neymar could do, not at his level, of course. He could still be a work in progress as he is just 20 years old. But I do believe that Dembele is a better fit than Coutinho for what Barcelona want to do on the wings. Yes, you lost it. You lost Neymar, who is an incredible talent, but you are getting another very talented player in the process that can do a lot of the same things. Here's the last one. 3 out of the last 4 years, most take-ons completed. In the Champions League, Neymar, Messi, Neymar, Neymar. 3 out of those 4 years, Neymar. Am I saying Dembele is going to do that? Fuck no, absolutely not. But if they want to get a guy who is, of the same mold of Neymar that could do some of the same things, they're getting a better player, I believe, who can fit that mold. I'm not saying he's better than Coutinho, but that can fit that mold of playing on the wing, be left alone on an island, and take on La Liga and Champions League fullbacks 1v1 and create chances. That is what they're trying to do. They are getting it in Dembele. Still, 20 years old. He's going to be there for many, many years to come, I do believe. Let me know all of your thoughts. Get at me in the comments section below on if you believe this is a good move for Barcelona. If Dortmund did not get enough money for him, let me know all of your thoughts. Get at me on Twitter, at Rick Strom, where we keep this dialogue and conversation going, and just do me, Jason Rubin, Francis Maxwell, Bert and Mary, our editors, everyone that puts so much time and energy into this channel, and subscribe to TYT Sports.